On today's journey, we'll be traveling from the town of Antigua Guatemala to Volcan Pacaya. This is one of Guatemala's 30 known volcanoes, and we'll be hiking to its highest accessible point. The hike is a 3.5-mile loop trail and is only accessible with a paid entrance that costs 100 quetzales, or about $12 US.
Buenos dias. It is our second full day in Antigua. It's our third day here in Guatemala. Today is February 25th and it's currently 5:33 a.m.
We were picked up from a meeting point in Antigua, Guatemala. From here, we rode a bus that takes you through some winding roads around Volcan Agua and through a tiny town called Santa Maria de Jesus before you hit the town of San Vicente Pacaya. The ride takes about an hour and 15 minutes total. Upon arrival, you're given a brief introduction and given the option to use the restrooms before the hike. From then, you pay the park entrance fee and meet up with your guides. They will go over some safety information as well as make you aware of your options to use a horse. The hike starts at an elevation of about 5,900 feet or 1,800 meters and has an elevation gain of 1,500 feet or 457 meters in the first 1.5 miles of the trail.
So I chose to ride a horse because I'm afraid to get overly exerted and not feel good when we get back from the hike. But I love horses. My horse's name is Champion. My guide's name is Michael. And I feel really bad for having Nick just hike on his own.
We're about a mile into the trail. We stopped here at a viewpoint where our guide explained to us the three volcanoes in the distance. Volcan de Agua, which is the front and center one. Behind it was Acatenango, and behind the thick layer of smoke was Volcan de Fuego. Shortly after this section of the hike, I realized that I was out of shape and the only way that I would leave Guatemala alive would be to get on a horse. Another half mile passed and we found ourselves at the highest point we would hike to.
Thank you, Champion, for taking me all the way up top. You did a really good job.
We saw a couple local vendors selling snacks at the top. These snacks were much needed due to how strenuous this hike was.
Where are we?
So we are at the end of the trail for Pacaya Volcan, which is the volcano that's behind us. Apparently a few years back there was an eruption that blocked part of the way up, so now this is the furthest point you can access. About 10 minutes had passed. We enjoyed the views for one last time before heading down into the lava fields. On the lava fields, we would get a chance to experience eating marshmallows roasted in a volcanic vent.
We're now roasting marshmallows.
So we're about to have marshmallows that were roasted in a thermal vent here on Volcan Pacaya.
Cheers.
It's good. Yours has chocolate.
hike down, we learned that the last eruption destroyed large portions of the farms below. These farms were large producers of Hass avocados.
So in the past, I've experienced elevation sickness, is that what you call it? And I got really sick on a trip, and for today I opted to riding a horse to go up the volcano today because I didn't want to get sick from overexerting myself climbing a volcano that's pretty high up. And at first I felt like I was chickening out from the hike, you know, like I won't be able to compare the hike to Coco Crater, which was probably one of the hardest hikes we've done together on a trip. And you know, I kind of felt bad having to ride a horse, but like I think in the end I think I made the right decision to go with the horse. I was thoroughly enjoying myself riding the horse because I love horses and I haven't ridden one in a long time, so it was a nice experience to ride a horse on a volcano. And it was, I don't know, it was just a whole nother level of experiencing hiking and riding a horse. So this was really fun so far.
As we reached the end of the trail, there was an area to go to the restroom one last time before boarding the bus. One important thing to note is that if you're late to the bus, you'll likely have a different seat from when you arrived. The tour bus dropped everyone off in Plaza Mayor. We were in desperate need of some more food, so we stopped by a local bakery. We got some desserts, but realized we should probably get some coffee to energize us. So we are here at Cafe Allegro, and we just finished our hike up Pacaya Volcan. So we got a couple cortados, so hopefully they're good because we really need this afternoon pick-me-up.
Super tired. It's the cup that's hot. Cortado's good.
We needed something more than just dessert and coffee. On the way back to the hotel, we stopped by this restaurant that specializes in flautas. Flautas are rolled tacos that resemble a flute, or a flauta in Spanish. So we are back at the hotel. We finished eating lunch, and we finished our hike up Pacaya, which is a volcano here. So, my thoughts on this whole volcano thing. Get a damn horse. Get a damn horse. If you're in any shape at all, you probably can do it. But if you're not, and you're not consistently working out or going to the gym or something that's physically exerting yourself in some kind of meaningful way, I would suggest getting a horse. You have to keep in mind you are hiking in elevation. The first 3 kilometers of the hike is all uphill and it's all steep. So I did 2 out of the 3 kilometers going uphill, and by the time I hit kilometer 2, I thought I was gonna die, so I got a horse. Aggie felt sick from the beginning, so she got a horse early, which is probably good because she would have probably had altitude sickness from the beginning. Going down, you probably don't need a horse.
But get a stick.
Yeah, the walking stick helps a lot, especially with the going down part. I would put it on the top of the list of the hardest hikes I've ever done.
Is it harder than Coco Crater for you?
It's harder than Coco Crater. It's like Coco Crater being in elevation.
Plus the unsteady ground footing.
I think it's steeper in some parts than Coco Crater is. Sadly, we were so exhausted from that hike that we opted to stay in the hotel and nap. We also took a friend's advice and ordered some El Pollo Campero, a Guatemalan fried chicken and fast food chain with locations all over the world. We chose to end the night early and try to get a head start for our last full day in the country of Guatemala.
This is what I'm wearing. I made these pants. Like I said, I was gonna make them into shorts modes like Nick did with his. Well, I did.
If you like this vlog, please consider liking and subscribing, and stay tuned for the next one.